Good morning, my friends. How are you? So, yes, I'm back in Mattapoisett, Mass, in my office, and I wanted to kind of give you on my first day back, my first real day back. I got back yesterday morning, and after a red eye, and kind of slept a little, had an open house, did some showings, unpacked my bags. So today's like my first real day back. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking in my office, and I'm redoing the office, the studio, and the classroom. And all of my boxes, half of them were left out in the rain, but all my boxes are right there. And I can't wait to dig into them. But before I dig into this refreshing of Agent Rising, I want to talk about what I observed, just quick observations about our industry while being at the conference. So the first thing I want to say is that the conference was held in San Diego. And oh my gosh, San Diego was delightful. It was clean. There weren't a lot of cars. It was well organized. It felt safe. It was just awesome being there. So already, being right by the water, there was a boardwalk between the hotel that we were like at one side of it and all the way down to the other hotels in the conference center was, right on a boardwalk. So every day, I took the boardwalk looking over the water with these amazing yachts and boats and all of so it was just set in such a beautiful, nice setting. And the weather was just totally cooperating with us. And it was amazing. So I think that of course always gives us a feeling of refreshment when it's beautiful out, and automatically I think our moods go up. So the setting was awesome, and so getting to the conference, some of my goals this is the first time in a long time I've been at a conference where either I didn't have meetings or wasn't instructing or training, right? So I didn't have any quote responsibilities. I just had time to just be there and be present. And so when I'm talking about wealth, so WELLTH, that's a combination of wellness, wealth, and health, right? So all three of them kind of wrapped up into one word. That's my interpretation of it anyways. And it's obviously, it's not a real word, I don't think. But that is like a sense that I want to give you. So already, like, this whole wellness thing is that, it's beautiful out. You've got time to go walking. I joined a 5K. I think I videoed from a 5K with you guys. Spent a lot of time out and about. I walked 9 miles a day, just by going from place to place and whatnot. So joined the yoga, WRC, Women's World Conference, WRC, had a yoga class, joined the yoga class, just, beautiful wellness anticipation. I saw, people out walking, people out jogging, people just all wanting to take care of themselves. And the people who I met with, there was a theme of, so first of all, many, many people had put on a little bit of weight. And they're like, this pandemic, I've gained a little weight, and they're like, I'm getting back on track. I'm getting healthy. I'm taking care of myself. So I think the first thing I saw from that was people wanting to feel better in their skin now that we are, hopefully managing or coming out of this. And it's funny, somebody called it like a war. A couple of people likened the pandemic to a war. They used war statistics. They talked about war mentality, and they talked about coming out of the war. So I'm going to use that for today as an example. But what I saw was this reawakening, right? This wellness, wealth, health reawakening, and people saying, "Here's where I'm at today. Like, I forgive myself. I'm moving forward." So that really inspired me. And the second piece is that I spent a lot of time with fresh new people. So I met a gentleman. His name is Eric from Nashville, Tennessee. Like, one of the first nights I was at a reception for RRCCRS, and that is Certified Residential Specialist certification. So it's a huge, great, amazing organization of professionals that, from around the world that get together. And so I was at the reception, the welcome reception there, and I met a guy from Nashville, Tennessee, and we started talking, and I just, it's his second career. He was in music and production and all this kind of stuff. And like to talk and hear about like how it's been for him, new to the industry, and just starting on like, what do I do? How do I do it? And it was so cool. And I spent a lot of time with a few professionals from my area, Cameron Willis, Donna David, and Trish Stone. And they're new. They're not new. They've been in the business a while. They're successful. They all are finding their way, which again is so cool, and enjoying this great success. And again, it was like this new fresh outlook on things, and it brought me energy, and they had great energy, and it was fun. Like it was just different. And I met some new friends with Kim Cameron and Alex Camillo, who are both instructor trainers that spent time to hang with me and share their stories and put their hand out to help me with how to get to the next level, right? So openness, warmth, and generosity. And of course, spending time with my mentors and friends, Maggie Tomkowitz and Judy Moore, and people from the Massachusetts Association of Realtors, and really connecting at a different level. So it was just amazing, But what I want to say is what I felt was like positivity, excitement, hope. And that just, again, I came back so excited and fired up. And the last thing I want to talk about, and this just kind of has to do with what I feel is going on, in our world, is that one of the last meetings I went to was the interviews, right? So of our first vice president campaign, and Kevin Sears from Massachusetts is running, and of course, I was there in support of him. And then the other gentleman is his name is Dwayne, and he's from, I want to say, Minnesota. So they had like almost like a debate, but they didn't debate. They just did their interviews. And and what I took away from that was, and Dwayne was kind of his first start had to do with the the package that the House and the Senate are trying to put through, and how that's like, how it's basically he's against it. I'll just put it that way, and spoke a lot of about I don't know, like I felt like it was like the churning of the grind of the last several years, and like what I say, like that permission to not be as kind and warm and generous to people, so more disruption, I guess, is what I would say. And then Kevin, who is from Springfield, and he's talking about restoring like the culture, if you will, of NAR, not restoring, but just, talking about the culture and how we, have to stay central in our goal of helping those in the home ownership and helping our industry thrive. So it was like disruption or kind of thing, and then thriving and growing. And of course, I went in there slanted, but it just reminded me that we've got to get back to positivity. And Kevin is like the milk carton kind of, this is the positivity person. So I don't know. It was just, I saw it everywhere. Again, I came with a positive attitude. So maybe I was nourishing those kinds of things that I found there. And I'd love to hear from those who went, if you found the same thing. Like, am I off on that? It was the excitement was I'm putting on comments so I can see what you say. Like the excitement of being there in our industry as a whole, this like this great excitement and getting, I don't know, like getting, I don't know, rebirth, I guess. Right. And I don't know, or what did you think? I was on the way in, I was listening to a couple of things that they were talking. I was listening to Gary Vee, and they were talking about some leadership issues. And I have hope. I have hope that, we're through the hard part, of the war, and we're moving ourselves forward. So those are my initial takeaways. Realtor wealth industry, I think, is doing great. I'm so proud to be a realtor and being able to help in the way that I can. I love to be part of this wide world of ours. And anyway, Please let me know what you think. I will come back to these comments later in the replay, and let's see how it's going. Anyways, thanks to all who I mentioned for giving me just a delightful experience. And I will be back tomorrow. Thanks so much.